Let's get ready to get going here in the Dome. Winner earns a share of the ACC regular season title. Wambach gets the better of Mullen to start this game. We'll see Carolina on offense. That's a good look at Owen Duffy, 8 in blue. We'll have to keep an eye on how he is. He's just been banged up lately. Harshbarger on the run, bouncer, save made by McCool.
That's a great double by 33 in blue, Prohaska.
Roa gets his hands free and shoots it wide. Backed up by Syracuse. Skip pass. Score! Michael Leo and those Grinch green cleats puts the orange up.
Slime green, Cotter. You can't pick him out. Good luck with your eyes. What a pass by Joey Spallina. This is about as good of a through pass as you'll see. That's what Syracuse needs. It needs those type of passes. You didn't see a ton of that in the Duke game last week.
Man, that middle of the field is not going to be for the faint of heart today. Picked up by the heels. Michael Grace, who's had an outstanding season. Madden couldn't handle the pass initially, now gets it back and scores.
Owen Duffy will garner a ton of attention, and Ryan Levy hits James Madden initially, and it looks like he catches his own dropped ball here. Ball's in the air. Figueres doesn't swipe it. 3 orange shirts, doesn't matter.
Here's Duffy. Shot saved by McCool. What's at stake here on senior day for Syracuse? Winner gets a share of the ACC regular season title. If Cuse wins, they're the 1 seed in next weekend's tournament. Hill scores! Rattles it home! And it's 2-1 Orange.
I mentioned in the open, the wrists and the shooting stroke. You hear it, Cotter. It rattles. Owen Hiltz, when he has that kind of time and room, he absolutely snipes.
Cuse back on top. Just to finish my thought before Hiltz's goal. If North Carolina wins, they'll lose the tiebreaker to Notre Dame, so they'll be the 2 seed. Madden with the shot. McCool steers it aside with his foot. Here's Leo. He's going to get to his left hand. Roa fires. Save made by Gianfrancaro.
Good stop by Gio, just staring down a sharpshooter. Just tells you when it comes to defense, it's about the pieces. It's not the individual. It's speaking the same language.
One cohesive unit, connected. Save made by McCool. That wasn't a great effort. Off the stick of Dupuis. Basketball coaches always talk about that, don't they, defensively?
I don't know how that's not a push if the other one.
Levy. Coach Pesci talks about how 14 in blue is that veteran presence around 2 freshmen. McCool. That's his 5th save of the game. This time taking one away from Duffy, but the turnover in the middle of the field gives it right back. Petromal, watch out here. Steps into this one, but shoots it wide. Suchek gets knocked off his feet. Figueres.
Syracuse in a zone right now.
Wertheim. North Carolina thinks they scored, and the official agrees. That one bounced out of there in a hurry. Now the officials are going to talk things over. Yes, Carolina goal. Wertheim put so much mustard on that one, it bounced right out.
Typically, I love mixing and matching zone and man, but right here, they don't look like they're in sync at all. And Wertheim, the 5th-year grad transfer from Cornell, IQ is one of his strengths. He just stays in that middle zone. Defensively, I thought they were a little bit of a mess there. And they played pretty strong man the first couple possessions for Carolina.
Petramala shovels it and pays the price. He got leveled. Physical play here in the zone, so Carolina keeps it in their zone and a fresh 80 seconds. Levy Saved by McCool.
Cotter, that's Carolina's 19th shot.
3 in blue from Concord, North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte.
He's got the feet. So does this guy.
Tough angle. McCool shuts it down. Hoddle shoots. Gianfrancaro with the save. Stays with the Cuse fresh 60. It is grip it and rip it today for North Carolina. Duffy's going to have to make it happen on his own. Shoulder into the defender. Tried to shoot it and got the shot off. Forced McCool to make the save. I don't know how he did it.
The two younger ones, Brooks at Johns Hopkins, Sawyer going to Brown, they're more of like a half-field offensive player who can kind of orchestrate an offense, be a quarterback from the midfield.
Face-off won by North Carolina. Can they keep possession for now? Yes.
Season highs 53 against Jacksonville earlier in the year. I mean, they're going to blitz that if they keep at this pace.
Hager up. Wants to challenge English here. McCool makes the save.
I think Carter Rice is one of the most underrated short stick defensive midfielders in college lacrosse, and they ask a ton of him.
That pass got through. Hill's shot deflected by Gianfrancaro. Lefty on the run. Decides not to take the shot. Here's English. Like you mentioned, he was on the other side of the field defensively. Now offensively shoots and scores. Why not leave him on the whole time?
Look who comes and tries to slide, but to no avail. It's little brother. Big brother Sam flexing. There's tie 23. The slide's too late. And this is vintage Sam English. He can get under you, and he's so quick. And how about the choppy stop and go and the ability to put a foot in the turf? I'd press out to him adjacent more than all the other players.
Harshbarger gets under his defender. Shot, McCool save. Rice picks up the GB. Here we go again. Like a running back in space. Great ball movement. This time the pole goal goes.
Grad transfer from RIT. Division III Defender of the Year. Climbing up PLL boards as an off-ball defender. McCool's been the difference. Gets hit in the noggin. Spallina is so good at feeding trail players, right? If you're a defender, if you're a short stick defensive midfielder, you know that if you fly out on the clear, Joey Spallina will find you.
They can explode for 4 goals at any moment. English steps into this one. Gianfrancaro, though, stands big. Great outlet. Still, though, Brett Koopman stays in. Now he trots off. Petramala on the run. Scores! You said it. It's just a matter of time before 77 finds his range.
He's super legit. What I love about the shooting mentality of Don Petramala, once he sees the pick, he's thinking shot right away. He knows that if he can get this pick, and Ty English sets a fantastic pick, you get him to the middle of the field with that kind of angle. It's turn and rate for Jimmy McCool. Look at the placement, too. Lefty goalie, opposite low.
Sam English again. Gets it back to Roa. Steered aside by Gianfrancaro. Here's Matt. He's got the shorty matchup. Syracuse shows, but they don't go on the slide. Cutting, Petramala scores!
And he's got that bow and arrow working. You know that he's getting comfortable. I love the off-ball movement by Don Petramala. This is a great cut. He catches his defender sleeping. That looks like it was Michael Grace inside. Normally is really good at playing cutters. 7 in blue. 6'3", 205, meeting Grace.
Dupuis, GLE. Here's Matten again. Shoots, McCool on the save. Dupuis picks it up. Fresh 60 for Levy and company. Levy on Ochoa. Now the slide comes. Means Wilson is open up top. Avoids the defender and scores! What a goal by Brevin Wilson!
What a goal is right. When Levy initially feeds Wilson, I'm thinking, you got to shoot 3. You have your time right now, but I didn't know he had this in his bag. Whoop! The underneath, semi-toe drag, top corner. This is gorgeous, splitting the double. And then in one motion, while his stick is low, just with that wrist action, slings it high.
Paid the price, too, as Ochoa laid him out.
And toughness out of Brevin Wilson.
Out of Concord, North Carolina, where Charlotte Motor Speedway is, right in the heart of NASCAR country. So it's lacrosse country as well. Wambach here, he can take the shot. Instead, he gets to Petramala. Spin move, he scores!
There it is again. If you're Gary Gait, you might want to think about a timeout. That is 4 goals in a row in less than 5 minutes. I told you the Heels were finding ways to generate shots. Now they're canning them. Petramala picks up some garbage off the Wambach stick. And there it is. Once again.
Comes upfield himself. Rolo was able to pick up that loose ball. Still has it here.
How does he hold on to it?
Picked up by Salucci, though. Can Carolina get an opportunity? Loses it initially. Still loose, big ground ball by Syracuse. English too high. Syracuse comes out of the break with possession. Spallina. Inside, try to find English. Hiltz picks up the loose change. The other English with the turnover. He gives it right back. It's a dangerous situation right here. And it ends up burning North Carolina. Finn Thompson at the doorstep. Ty English gave it away. Hiltz found his fellow Canadian wide open.
Hiltz eventually corrals this ball off an errant pass by Ty English. And when you give it to Finn Thompson in tight, just count it. Like he is automatic from this range. Brady Wambach's dominance, right? It's all about possessions. Where are you going to find those possessions if you're Syracuse?
Here's the ball movement. Gianfrancaro with the save.
Got to clear it.
Still 30 seconds to shoot for Petramala and company. Inside, scores! That's 4 for 77.
He's having a day. And if you're Jimmy McCool, you should be livid that he can run through that many orange shirts. That time there's no pick needed there. He blows by Dwan, and there's no help. You see all those orange shirts. And Dom Petramala is roaming through the crease area, untouched.
Box lacrosse whiz. Great in tight spaces. Hiltz thought about stepping down. Fires high. Initial save made by Gianfrancaro, and he tracks it down.
On those Petramala dodges, they're not ready to slide. Like you have to support these matchups.
Petramala, tough angle, McCool with the save.
You lose the ability to have the flow between your stick and your body as one. The timing and the rhythm.
Wertheim scores! Timing and rhythm, perfect for 31 in blue. 3-goal lead, the largest of the night for Carolina.
Known as a passer. Only 5 goals heading into tonight's contest up in the Dome. They're saying, let him beat us as a Dodger, not a passer. Well, he says, I'm taking the rock and I'm getting what's mine.
And but the possibilities are limited.
Yeah.
McCool steers that one aside. Carolina picks up the loose ball, though Harshbarger's in a little bit of trouble. Gets it up top. Suchek's in trouble. Now he's not in trouble. Madden, saved by McCool.
McCool's bailing him out. This score could easily be 10, 11, 12, 5.
Spallina. Trying to get his defender on skates. He's GLE. Trying to back his way in. Shoots. Gianfrancaro with the save. Dupuis. Far side of Petramala. Got the right on the run. Bouncer scores! He just continues to fire away.
He's got a 5 spot, and everyone knows Dominic Petramala as a lefty wing shooter. Well, guess what? He's got 3 unassisted goals in this game, willing his way to get to the rack. And if you don't disrupt that bottom hand while he's in his shooting stroke, just count it.
Hustle by Syracuse in the middle of the field, gets possession. Hiltz spins back to his right. Good feed, score! It's Cordes who buries it after Hiltz found him cutting to the goal.
This is why Owen Hiltz is so effective. If you put a short stick on him, he might not beat you with quickness, but he will beat you with patience. He just waits until the eyes want to support this matchup. And once he gets those eyes, he's a tremendous passer. Not winning the statistic battle against Brady Wambach, but he is getting some clamps in there.
Leo shoots, scores! The lefty from Seaford. It's 2 straight for the Orange.
Slime Green on his feet, and he beats Gianfrancaro. Where did I tell you should shoot on Gianfrancaro?
Oh, because he's been too good up top.
He's too good up top, but he's not even using his stick there.
With 30 seconds left to go.
I don't know how Wambach wins that and then gets the ground ball, like all in one motion.
Carolina wanted a call, didn't get it.
These are these battles I talk about. This is still, to me, even though Wambach won it, he won that battle. He didn't win the war because of the push. This is going to be Syracuse ball. Oh,
no, they're going to call it against Syracuse. The Orange can't believe it. I thought it was going to go against Duffy. Instead, it goes the other way, and the fans here looking at the Jumbotron can't believe it. Can Carolina score? They do! They take advantage of the opportunity. Duffy in front. That looks like Caden Harshbarger who scored. He's down. Dwan is slow to get up. What a moment in the final 10 seconds of this third quarter.
Here's the scrum. So Chizinski, look at 26. That's a push in the back to me. And then Duffy gives him a little bit of extra business. And here's the goal. This is a phenomenal pass by Duffy. And then Dwan comes in.
That could have been a call against Dwan late also.
There was a lot in that play. But did you see the initial no call on the push on Chizinski?
I can understand why Coach O'Derna and the fans here in the Dome were a little unhappy about it.
Calling the play, the goal is good. After review, red, number 35, contact to the head and neck, 2 minutes, full-time serve, dead ball, no face-off.
Wow. Okay, because it's after the ball crosses the net, it's dead ball. Well, it's easy. If they're saying it's not a push from the rear, then he's blatantly playing without a stick.
Yes. That was the call they made. You can agree with it or not. It's bang, bang. Levy scores! That's one. Again, it's an unreleasable penalty, so there's still a man up for 1:41. This is a critical time in this game.
So it's 9-7 at that juncture when the no push on Duffy, the playing without the stick by Chizinski. And then they get that Harshbarger goal late in the third quarter. The hit to the head by Dwan's 2 minutes, and then Ryan Levy, you saw him in the third quarter. The difference between that shot in the third quarter, he stared down the net. 19,
laughable. That's such a great game. 5 goals to go along with those shots. Bounce pass. Wertheim, he shoots. McCool is the one who makes the save. English would check him. Noah, 8 in orange. As two-handed as any of these midfielders. This time English on the move. Inside, scores! That time Finn Thompson didn't miss.
A couple things in terms of resolve, right? Dom Petramala starts off 0 for 9 and then has a 5 spot. Finn Thompson goes between the legs and then counters with a backhand. The Cuse isn't dead yet, not in the Dome.
Rowan now back to his left. Quick passing, Leo. Off the pipe, but Gianfrancaro might have gotten a piece of that first. Then it deflected off the pipe. Big GB here. Picked up by the heels. Dangerous pass, but it goes to a teammate. Nice look. Madden scores on the fast break.
Dangerous pass by Prohaska, but if you're going to throw it to them in the middle of the field, Leo's unlucky with the pipe. But look at all the shirts and the want. You talk about want. Look at Prohaska. If you're going to throw it to the middle of the field, throw it out, not towards the goal. Carolina flies out. Duffy with his 4th assist of the game finds James Madden with little angle.
Third time near side, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Now Carolina's going to go to the goal. Petramala scores on the run, tying a career high 6 goals. What an unbelievable night for 77 in blue and the Carolina fans that have made the trip, starting to wave bye-bye to the orange.
The man of the match, double sevens. It's a poor approach by Chuck Jasinski. He doesn't break down, he chases. Petramala sniffs that out.
20 seconds to shoot. Defender loses his stick. Step down, scores by that man, Brevin Wilson, who's another one of those players who's had a fantastic night.
Nick Kakemo loses his stick, so you have to show if you're Jake Spallina. Brevin Wilson, North Carolina born and bred. Coached by a great lacrosse pro in Pete Poulion and Brett Frood, who Syracuse would be sweating losing 3 straight. The bubble is small, unless there's some bid thieves.
Throw deflects off the pipe.
Like, could you imagine if Yale won the Ivy?
Right.
If
tough
BU
imagine,
or
but it
someone
could happen.
else. Yes, it is a tough imagine, especially when you watch them play against Princeton today.
Yes. Rutgers as well. Rutgers is alive as Syracuse gets one back. Rutgers is alive in the Big Ten. They beat Michigan, the team that everybody circled and said Michigan could be the team that once again steals bids, but now Michigan's season's over.
Well, look, Rutgers has the recipe to be a disaster matchup because they have Carden Stoller, the goalie.
And a face-off man that can win you a lot of draws, as we've seen tonight.
Absolutely. There's Spallina with a good pass, and English not quitting on the play last year and losing by 1 goal to Denver. The next step, the reality is championship weekend.
Right. Finds a cutter, score, and that's Gregory Elijah Brown. And the reason why the Syracuse bench lights up is because it's senior night. And Elijah Brown's a senior, so he gets one.
He's been a mainstay on the extra man. You know, this is the opportunities you want if you're Syracuse to have the ball. A lot of that tic-tac-toe action. It was a night where possessions weren't plentiful. You know, if you win back-to-back games, you could potentially still host. But if you win one and you lose one, tonight puts you on the road, I think.
English shoots, and he scores.
There he is. Sam English, he just gets the defense to bite on fake right there. That was a really subtle play. Right here, they're thinking pass. Right there, you see the defense just shifts to Michael Leal. That subtle little body language and stick fake got the whole defense to shift.
Where the sloppy play to end this game is not sitting well with him. And here comes English again. Will they get another quick one? Yes! You see? Owen Hiltz. This game isn't over.
No, this is getting a little crazy. All the fans, or a good chunk of them, had enough when they were down by 6.
I mean, crazy things happen in sports. We don't have to tell you.
There's English again. Part of this play. That doesn't matter with 37 seconds left.
He wins another one. Inside, they score! Finn Thompson draws the Orange to within 1.
Connor, this is crazy. 2 minutes ago, there was no way that I saw this happening. You didn't, the fans didn't. Thousands left. But Syracuse and every player wearing orange, they kept plugging away.
So let's take a replay here.
He's good, it looks like, from that angle. Does he fall in the goal mouth? His stick in his right hand might have fallen in the goal mouth.
That is very close. Remember, the goal mouth is the semicircle inside the outer circle.
He's clean there. He doesn't step on the crease line.
He cannot land inside that semicircle.
Did he get touched by the defender at all?
He's definitely inside that semicircle. Fans who are still here are going to lose their minds if they overturn this goal.
After official review, the player was in the goal mouth. There's no goal.
And now it goes the other direction.
Hollow's going to have to let it fly.
Nah, it's too much time.
Roa can't handle the pass.
Waddle had to go there. He had to just go straight.